if I have my dog out on a leash and we cruising down the street in R64, let us cruise down the street in R64, Karen, before you lose your job working at McDonald's or wherever the heck you work at. To feel this empty place without you, can I do when I need love? Got it bumping. Where my booze at? Oh, hey boos. You are now tuned into Impromptu to Brew. I'll be right back. Okay, there you go. You know, can't leave out the slide. You are here for episode number 4 of ShowOurFight. Yes. You know what it do. I'm here to educate you. Now that you're here, let me tell you about what this video is about. As you can see in the title, it is about oppression. I'm going to tell you what oppression is. I'm going to tell you some examples of it, and I'm going to tell you a few different types of oppression and how I think we can start the change of ending it. Oh, wait, if you didn't subscribe yet, please go ahead and do that. Be a part of the brew crew. Like, comment if you haven't already done so, and follow me on IG and Twitter. My IG is impromptu_Debrew, and my Twitter is DebrewImpromptu. Thank you so much. Now let's start this video. So I'm gonna just face this way. Hopefully you don't think like, she's not even looking at me. I just don't want y'all to see that. Okay? So I'm gonna turn to the side. So what is oppression? Oppression is the state of being subject to unjust treatment or controlled, prolonged cruelness, systematic subjugation of a social group by another social group with access to institutional or systematic power, being treated unfairly and deprived of basic rights and or liberties. That is what oppression means. What does oppression look like? These are the main topics of oppression. There are many different ones, but these are the main 4. Here are some other examples of what oppression is. So sexism, ageism, misogyny, and racism. The most popular one of all that you see almost every single day on the freaking news, all right? Ridiculous. So now let's get to these 4 I's of oppression. First one is ideological. Second one is institutional. Third one is internalized. And the 4th one is interpersonal. What do these mean? Ideological oppression is when one group thinks it's better than the other group. Meaning, you think you're hot stuff because you are of a certain color, ethnicity, race. You have these type of privileges about yourself. Basically, you think your ish doesn't stink. And it does. You think you're superior. Next, institutional oppression. What is that? Control of laws, legal system, police practice, and education. What does that mean? Meaning controlling laws that are put in place specifically to keep a group, a social group of a specific color, race, ethnicity, whatever you want to call it, down. Putting restrictions putting more police officers in low-income areas where poverty levels are high, Section 8 housing, where drugs and crime happen a lot more frequently. Next, interpersonal oppression. That is when a specific social group partakes in racist comments, stereotypes, harassment, hate crimes. What does that look like? The burning of crosses on lawns, the hanging of nooses, and or calling people derogatory comments when it comes to their sexual preferences. The last one, internalized oppression. That means, it means that all these information that has been incorrectly passed down, all the hate and derogatory terms, commenting on our hair, our looks, our bodies, and everything like that in negative ways, using negative connotations, is causing a deep internal war within that social group with their own identities, meaning how African Americans can struggle with their beauty because the society's national standard of beauty is not shown using African American features. What is it? Blonde hair, blue eyes. It can cause psychological damage and depression. That is internalized oppression. So what is racism? Because this is all connected to racism. Racism is power plus prejudice. Okay? The people who are in power plus their own personal prejudices, that's not a word, but their own personal prejudice, being fixated on other social groups, on their ethnicity, specifically for their ethnicities, is racism. That means African Americans cannot be racist because we are not in a position of power. It's to keep the oppressed oppressed. Racism. So how do we stop this? What can we do, DeBrew? What you can do is educate yourself, because ignorance is not bliss. If you are not educated, then you are part of the problem. If you do not see that this is a problem, you are part of the problem. Okay? Just saying. So that's what you need to do. Educate yourself. Do not judge people if it has nothing to do with you. Mind your business. That is the biggest thing that you could really do. Karen, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Karen. Mind your business. Oh my gosh. And then you always want to play victim when you're not the victim. We could be walking down the street, minding our own business, and here come Karen with a problem. And then wonder why after they've been recorded and been found by Black Twitter. Because Black Twitter is on it. It is on it. They are detectives, FBIs, whatever you want to call it. So mind your business. Okay, so this is the next part of the video where I give you my contribution, which is going to be a poem. A poem. This poem is titled The Big O. Oh, it's time to step down. Your time of reign is over. Keeping us quiet with gags and bounds, trying to hold us, but it's time for a new takeover. Rules and regulations based on race and ethnicity. Oh, this is a travesty. Laws that only apply when it's convenient has been one of your systematic achievements. Don't believe in fairness or equality, just keeping power and money in your circle. As long as you remain in the hierarchy, making sure your damage is eternal. But it's time to step down, O. Your reign is over. It's past due. No more treating us like we're not living beings. Our voices, our connections, our platforms. It is time to wake up. We cannot be sleeping. Strive for a better tomorrow and build our support. Put an end to these systems and policies that are only meant to promote inequality. Oh, you can leave your throne. Your time of reign is over. It is now time for us to take over. Hey, so I hope you liked that poem. And now I'm going to introduce my participants for this week. I have two. So it's a total of 4, but they're 2 collaborations. So the first ones are my sisters, Shelby Edwards and Taylor Diggs. I will put their pictures on the next screen. So their collaboration together was a poem and dance smashed together. So please enjoy these next few minutes.
I want to be a flower. I want to bloom. I want to blossom. I want to populate and pollinate the world around me without fear of where my seeds will land. I want land. But more than 40 acres and a mule, I want the whole garden. And I want it to be safe. I want it just for me, but I don't want my garden where the land is dry. I don't want it where my petals are punished, and I certainly don't want it where my roots are afterthought. I am not an afterthought. I don't want the garden made with red lines. I don't want the garden where you stop and frisk. I don't want the garden that is comfortable for you. I want that garden to have accountability and the same sunlight as you get. I want the garden to hear me when I talk the first time. And if I must lay roots in a garden not made for me, I don't want to be a flower that is picked up. I don't want you to take my petals and put it in between a book you wrote. I don't want you to show me off or make me spectacle. I am not here for you. I am more than pretty. I am more than what you need to look at. I was made to grow. I was made to smell good on days I am the happiest. I want to look around and see other flowers like me, not crushed or stepped on or taken out by a knee. So if you would like to see me flourish, then make some space for someone else to grow. Uproot your garden, burn the parts that do me wrong, and start again. So if I must be the only flower in the room, then at least make sure I have access to water. Give me water. Give me water that is clean. Give me water that I can share. Water that is fair, because though you see me live in sand and stay alive in midair, I still can't breathe. I still can't scream. I still can't run. I still can't talk. I still can't be. So if you care, water me with these words. Black lives matter.
So this next video I'm about to share with you guys is from my brother Marcellus Borland and his best friend Denzel Hamilton, also known as Denim Jean. They're gonna be on the next cutaway. And this is another collaboration, and it's going to be visual aids with speeches.
Black is beautiful. 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 Black is beautiful.
in yourself and believe that you're somebody pure, high, and clean. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful.
I want to thank everyone again for their contribution to Show Our Fight. I love these beautiful creations that all of my beautiful black queens and my handsome kings are coming up with. I cannot wait to see more that is in store. Remember, how you can participate is by sending me an email at impromptu.debrew@gmail.com or sending me a message on IG at impromptu_debrew or sending me a tweet DM at debrewimpromptu. 3 more to go as of right now, and next week we will do episode number 5. See you guys next week.